Good evening, everybody. Fall is here. Cooling off at night. Hi, Bill. Hi, John. All right. Whoops, I've got the wrong chart up here. So here's what we saw today. There's our morning star signal. Stochastics hitting the oversold area and starting to curl back up. And closed above the T-line. Now we need to see bullish confirmation tomorrow to confirm that they're confirming. Yeah, confirm that they're confirming. That's a redundancy. Confirm the morning star signal, which would also tell us they're staying up above the T-line. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. The S&P 500 didn't quite close above the T-line. However, you can see from Friday they did bounce off the 50 and start back up. So that's also an indication that if they open this market positive tomorrow, that they've bounced off the 50. And the NASDAQ, hard to see on this chart. There we go. But they actually gapped it up and did a doji. So if this opens positive, you've got a bullish flutter kicker, which would probably take you up above the T-line also. So bouncing off the 50, bullish flutter kicker, close above the T-line. They've probably stopped the selling. I thought Morningstar has its confirmation built in. No, not really. The Morningstar is the signal. Then you want to see confirmation. Okay. Crude oil. That's flattening here. Has it traded that many days down here? I didn't realize that. So still trading in the $37 range. See what some of the other stuff is doing. You can see what's happening to soybeans. Still up pretty strong, but notice how there's starting to be some exuberance up here. And wheat, nothing really there. However, made some good money today on hogs. Because observe the obvious. Look where the exuberance was coming in, up here in the overbought area. Gap up, gap up. Then they opened up positive, so a very good entry point was right here. Because logic says if they opened up positive and then came back down through the close of the previous day, they were probably starting to come back to fill some of these gaps. So had some good trades on that one, just from knowing what the just knowing what usually happens to human nature, especially up in the overbought area. Let's see what gold is doing. About as flat as a pancake. And silver. Nothing, just sideways. Okay, here is what we call convergence analysis. And convergence analysis is just another name for being able to put as many bullish confirmations in one visual glance. 1, they bounced off the 50. 2, the next day they did a bullish Harami, telling you the selling has stopped. 3, they opened up positive, confirming the bullish Harami and closing above the T-line. 4, closed above this little downtrend. Then they went into a doji sandwich. And then right here at the breakout level, They gapped it up, confirming all of this, telling us wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. So when you can add up that many items or positive indicators, that's a pretty high probability setup that you're going to be going positive. RCM still working nicely. Oops. After the best friend signal off the 50-day moving average. Zoom, same scenario. Morningstar type signal, not really a Morningstar signal, but you can see how they bounced right off the T-line with a doji bullish confirmation. That looks like a J-hook pattern setup. On our Abercrombie Fitch, ever since kind of the J-hook pattern, you just stay long on this one. A CLSK, not dramatic, but still trading up above the T-line after bouncing right smack dab off the 50-day moving average. And Lind, we've been out of Lind, but look what it did today right here at the 200. Kind of a Morningstar type signal, or at least a bullish Harami Doji, bullish confirmation. There's your J-hook pattern setup. So keep an eye on this one. Tupperware. Well, Yupperware. Sorry, Tupperware. Ever since it came out of that fry pan bottom, nice strong price move. We recommended DQ because of the gap up. Make this bigger. This was actually more of a doji over on the other charting services. And the whoops, lost my place here. FedEx. You can see the slow curve. They're announcing earnings tomorrow. They were trading up a little bit. Oops. I've got to move this over. Figure this out that I could. All right, futures up a little bit after hours. Oh, whose handwriting is this? HIB. Back and filled a little bit today, but if this is wave 1 and we didn't close below the 3T line, that looked like just profit taking. SMAR was one of the shorts that you can stay short. However, if this opens positive tomorrow, you pretty much want to cover this short position because you're in the oversold area and it's basing in here. Jay doesn't sound good to me either. It's and this one was a disappointment. I thought this one was going to be a big winner, but this is why you don't think it needed to open positive today and trade positive, which it didn't do. So this one should be closed out. Unfortunately, these are the type of stocks that can skyrocket on one little inkling. Here's Labu telling you the biotechs were working better today. Same thing with BIB, another best friend signal. So that whole area is starting to act strong. some of the biggies like Tesla, that's still acting well. Notice the gap up right here off the 50-day moving average. The fact that they hit the 50, gapped it up, and now they're back up above the T-line pretty much puts us in a J-hook type. Is that a kicker signal? That was kind of a setup for a flutter kicker signal, except that needed to be a positive trading, but it still indicated there was strength coming in off the 50. So wouldn't have been too excited about it until today when it now continued up through the T-line. NVIDIA, even though it was up big today, it didn't do very much after it opened. So you got to be careful. This is why the color of the candles give you a lot more relevant information based on the fact that even though it was up 25 points, it was trading lower after it opened. So didn't show a lot of strength after it opened. Apple, that's a little gap up, potential bullish flutter kicker up based upon if it opens positive tomorrow. And more than likely, if it opens positive tomorrow and has the same magnitude candle as that you're probably pushing on the T-line. Amazon, not good. If you're short, you stay short. Netflix, not good. If you're short, stay short. Now, the ones that are making some good money, again, the fry pan bottom of Workhorse, breaking out, good fry pan bottom. DAR. Oh, that's no wonder that didn't look like DAR. DAR. Here's DAR. DAR, nice fry pan bottom, and look what it did today. It gapped up, breaking out of this range. So remember what we're looking for coming out of a fry pan bottom. A lot of strength, usually a big candle or even a gap up. Kind of that same scenario, kind of had a slow curve type setup here on Penn. It didn't execute on Friday. But here's why you always want to watch something that's in a pattern but not immediately confirming. It's still a pattern. So very simple entry point is next day they open it lower or open it and bring it back up through this level. You can see how that kind of confirms the pattern. And DraftKings, another fry pan bottom breakout. And what happens when they break out? You usually get some very big, strong price moves. So the benefit of identifying a pattern is twofold, threefold. First, it gives you a high probability of moving in the right direction. Secondly, it's a high probability that you're moving in that direction with a lot of excessive strength more so than just an uptrending stock price during an uptrending market. This one was UHS, Universal Health. Look where it broke out with a little best friend signal, fry pan bottom breakout through the 200. That's got a high probability of moving higher. OMF, fry pan bottom breakout through the 200. And BTAI, if this opens positive tomorrow. If this opens positive tomorrow. confirming your fry pan bottom as well as telling you the 50-day moving average is not acting as resistance. And GFI, one of the gold stocks, has the added confirmation of a fry pan bottom supporting right on the 50, breaking out with kind of a little, can't tell, is that a trend kicker signal? Yeah, so this one probably is going into wave 3. And SPAC, there's your fry pan bottom that broke out right there with a gap up. Usually implies there's going to be a lot more upside. What was the ticker before GFI? I think it was BCAI. Okay, you got good charts. GSX, another little slow curve breaking out, kind of breaking this downtrend, something that has good upside potential. And here's a bobble breakout on American Express. It's not a very exciting moving stock, but you know the probabilities are going to be pretty strong that your bobble breakout, especially coming up off a best friend signal, is giving you a high probability that you're heading higher. GCO, another J-hook pattern, pretty much tells you where that's heading. Wave 1, wave 3 should take you up at least to the 200-day moving average. Maxar, also a good-looking chart today. Notice how it based right here off the 34. Doji, 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 inverted hammer. If it opens positive, breaking this, you've got a good prospect of being in wave 3. Let's see, got CWH in here. That's kind of a fry pan bottom, slow uptrending stock. Wouldn't be afraid to be buying this one. And the biotechs are acting well. NK, bunch of dojis, indecision down here off the 50. Gap up, first target, more than likely the 50-day moving average. I don't know if I've got them all in order. This one, Green Plains Renewable Energy. Look how it's supported right here at the 50. Then did your little best friend gap up. That's a good looking chart. So as you can see, there are a lot of good looking charts right now, which means the bulls have come back into this market probably with some more confidence. Another, yeah, so that's where you can kind of pretty much tell where the money is moving to. And notice your scoop type pattern, kind of a cradle pattern. AVID can be bought. VXRT, gap up today. That one's got more upside. XPEL, kind of a little kicker type signal, but they broke the downtrend. Also look for wave 3. SRNE, I wouldn't be afraid to be buying this one. First target, there's a gap to fill right here. So that's looks like it's got about a 50% upside potential. And LAC, another one that looks like a double bottom off the 34. Anderson, kind of a scoop type best friend breakout, bobble breakout. Look for a slingshot effect to the upside. No, Harry, those are still, they are just now in the breakout mode. They just broke out. So the implication is there could be a lot more upside to them. And Workhorse, kind of the same scenario. It's just broken out. So you still have big upside potential based upon usually what you expect coming out of a fry pan bottom, which is a big, huge price move. DVAX, best friend gap up through the resistance level. Expect the 200-day moving average to be your target. IMAX. Why do I have IMAX in here? Because I misread it. IMUX. Another one that's with a little trend kicker type signal. Should be heading up much higher. INO. Looks like it has just broken out. First target filling this gap. Second target filling this gap. VIR. Another one that opens positive, has good upside potential of coming back up into this range near the 50-day moving average. So you can see this is fairly concentrated in the biotechs and medical stocks, all acting well again. NVAX can be bought. And SIGA. Kind of a little cradle type pattern. Again, remember, the bigger the signal, the more compelling there's been a change of investor sentiment. And ZUM, that's your bullish flutter kicker signal. And look where it occurred. Right here at the breakout level, giving you also a fry pan bottom, implying there's probably more upside. So if this market opens positive tomorrow, right, telling us wave 1, wave 2, now as long as it stays above the T line, we're back into wave 3. I think that's about all I've got for tonight, which is there are plenty of good trades out there. I wouldn't be afraid to be going after these fry pan bottoms. DAR, Workhorse, even Penn, with this little breakout, tells you wave 3 is starting. Okay, let's see. 2 weeks from now, Saturday the 26th, we're going to be doing the study or the training on things that are usually not provided by a lot of trainings, in the sense that if the candlestick analysis is the graphic depiction of human nature, which is usually the opposite of what you should be doing, or what it's the study of, or the graphics of what investors do most of the time, which is wrong, that you're basically cutting into the emotions and going crosswise, meaning going the opposite of the direction that most most emotional traders react. So this is going to be a full-day training on how you eliminate your emotions utilizing candlestick charts. And my marketing is that you've got a great teacher, because I was the worst investor in the world. I did everything just purely emotional, and I lost bukus of money. And then when I understood that candlesticks was the graphic depiction of investor sentiment, which usually showed me exactly what I was doing, which was opposite of what I should have been doing, when I turned it around 180 degrees, I improved my trading, but I still had to get through the emotional aspects of investing, on the basis that everything I do now is on a mechanical basis. And the more I do on a mechanical basis, the more I keep the emotions out of my trading. So anyways, mark your calendars, because it's kind of the common sense investment strategy analysis of charts that keeps you from doing stupid things. And I tell people I try not to make the same mistake 7 times, but there was a lot of times I would do things over and over just to make sure I whatever I was doing wrong, I had down pat. All right. That is September 26th. It's a Saturday. So what's the question? No, we'll be sending out the link. So is that the? Yeah, we'll be sending out the promos on it. INMD. What was the question? Setting up for a double doji? No, more setting up for a fry pan bottom breakout. Remember, double doji can be 2 dojis, but it's usually 1 doji and then a next doji is lower, which is kind of telling you there is profit taking in progress. That one can be bought on Positive Trading. All right. Okay. So with that, Jim, go ahead and do the double line. And in 3.6 seconds, do the next double line. If you've got a question, better to put a question with your request so we know what we're analyzing. Acadia, that's kind of a little, your little scoop type pattern. You can be buying this one on Positive Trading tomorrow. GDX, nothing yet. You want to see this break out through the obvious little resistance level. Kind of a little kicker signal. And PACB, this one you can buy. Let's see, trend kicker earlier looked like a failed J hook. Yeah, that was a failed J hook, but now you're back into the potential J hook. So here's a perfect example of you close out a position that doesn't look good, but you can always get back into it. APTO, another one you can buy on a Positive Trading with the expectation it's going to come back up here. Whoops, sorry about that. Did I do that on the last one? Better check. Forget which one the last one was. Oh, that one's even better. So you can probably still be buying this one. did AG and C. That in the right direction. I'd watch to see what it does here at the 200, but it does pay, I think, a pretty decent dividend. In interest, nothing wildly exciting here. You can buy it. You just have to make sure it eventually gets up through this level. Nikola might have hit a support level right here. I probably, if I was short, I would have covered the short when it came back up through the yesterday's open, Friday's open. Right now, I probably wouldn't be long or short. Apple is a potential bullish flutter kicker, yes. And RCM, nah, that's just consolidation. You wouldn't call it a triple, but it's doing what you would expect it to be doing. Big up move off the best friend signal, consolidation, and then continuation. Nail, another one you can buy. Look at the bounce right off the 50. Now trying to break this level right here. Azu, nice fry pan bottom. You stay long. You probably have some more upside because of this little more right there that you had some good breakout. And wood, J-hook pattern in the making. Looks like the volume might not be big. Just make sure your volume's all right. Let's see. We did Tesla. Stay long on this one now. Clovis. Now you just stay long. Just be aware getting in toward the overbought area. I would suspect they're going for the 200. And this dry or dark. Nothing wildly exciting here, except for the fact that you came up through the resistance level. To use the resistance level as support, you can be buying it because everybody's seeing the resistance level the resistance. Everybody saw that the resistance level is now acting as support, and it's supported there. That means they're now confident to be buying. You can put it as a stop, but whenever I see a fry pan bottom, I just make it a simple rule to use the T-line as your stop. Nothing wildly exciting on PPL. If you like it, you can be buying it. You just have to watch this level right here to make sure they can get through there. Advanced Micro, nothing. If I was short and they open up positive tomorrow, you cover your short position, but I wouldn't be going long on this one. And ALNY, that one you can be buying on positive trading tomorrow. Your best friend breakout. Adobe. Nothing great. However, if it does open positive, you've got a bullish flutter kicker signal. You're probably coming back up into the channel. So if it does open positive and you like this, you can be trading to the positive. We did Apple. SID. Just stay long. Coca-Cola. Yeah, Coca-Cola is never going to do anything real exciting, but it's heading in the right direction. Once again, it's supported on the 200. That means they're confident about buying it. And BIK. Nope, nothing there. This one you can be buying, MDLZ, J-hook pattern setting up. You won't make a whole heck of a lot of money with it, but you'll be heading in the right direction. JB, I have no idea what you're asking. This one you can stay long. Wouldn't necessarily be a buyer of this one, but you can stay long on this one. That was Reggie. And Varna, nothing. John, there is nothing on that chart that would make me want to be long or short. This could be reversing, yes. So you're looking for bullish confirmation on VIR. It's not a great reversal. Well, I'd say it's not a great reversal. It's a little kicker type gap up. Not enough for some reason now on this one. I don't know why we would have lost the, sometimes this chart service doesn't bring up everything. NS, let's see what it's doing with. And TradeStation, I'm sorry, Trade Desk, nothing. I probably wouldn't be long or all right. Well, yeah, it's not doing anything real spectacular. And GNCA, that looks like it did break out. Just make sure on a $2 stock you've got good hefty volume. You could buy it, just make sure your volume's all right. Clovis, yeah, you're right too late on that one. At this point, I would be a holder, not a buyer. And LBRT, that's a J-hook pattern you can get ready to buy. Those are your kicker type move, consolidation. Now, right off the T line, you've got kind of a morning star signal. Wouldn't be afraid to be buying that one. Okay, thank you, Ron, for Adobe. Okay. I only put 1 star. That one looks good, GPRE. And I still like the, bought some calls today on this one as it was breaking out. Breaking out here. I think it was breaking out right there. So this has the prospect of having a good, strong run to it. Okay. We'll call it a night. Oh, we're done early. But if they open the markets positive tomorrow, have more confidence that they've consolidated and now they're starting to take it back up. All right, with that, everybody have a good evening. We will see you bright and early in the chat rooms tomorrow. We'll see you then.